It's a Friday night, and if you're not sleeping, you're jaking off. The Jaking Off Show is brought to you by Duolingo, the language learning app. Find out if the kitchen staff is talking shit about you in Spanish. The Russians are listening to us and interfering in our elections, so let's learn some Russian and listen in on their shit and find out what they're fucking doing. Or you can learn some Korean and find out if the nail salon staff is talking shit about you and your crusty ass feet. Well, remove your pants, grab yourself a drink or a joint, and let's start the party. Happy belated 4th of July, motherfuckers. Hope you guys had a good time. I didn't really do much. I just kind of stayed inside while my dog was having Operation Desert Storm flashbacks. The poor thing. Shaken up. Speaking of shaken up, we had some earthquakes recently. I want to get this off my chest, first of all, because there was an earthquake yesterday, and everyone in the valley got all, oh, earthquake, ooh, shaky, shaky, oh, this is an earthquake, ooh, wee, I'm so scared. First off, that ain't shit. And the epicenter was in far inland, like miles east of Bakersfield. Ridge Center? I don't know where the fuck it is exactly. Ridge something. I don't know the town. I'm not familiar with that neck of the woods. But the epicenter was over there, and it could be felt all the way over here and parts of Vegas and San Diego or whatever. And everyone's marking themselves safe on Facebook from the earthquake hundreds of miles away from here. Fuck off. You live in the NoHo Arts District. Go to your fucking touch therapist and get your chakras realigned so you can charge your fucking healing crystal or whatever the fuck. Calm the fuck down. And, and everyone's a little bit jolted today because there was another one about a couple hours ago. And that one was actually interesting because I felt that one. I didn't feel the one yesterday because I was at work and I was just, focusing on that. I wasn't like staying still. I was watching a movie and the windows were shaking and my bed was shaking and like I looked out and the windows were shaking and the pool was shaking and everybody was standing around outside and like, yeah, this was legit, and it lasted a little bit longer than expected. And I'm just kind of waiting in my hallway going, all right, does it get worse? Is it going to get worse? Please let it get worse. I low-key want this to get worse. Why do I want it to get worse? I don't know. It's a fucked up thought, but, maybe there's too many people here. Maybe In-N-Out needs to live up to its fucking name. Maybe people should be informed on what to do during the event of a major earthquake, something that's actually a big deal. What this was a slow roller that was a little disorienting. Now, that we don't necessarily have to worry about. What you do want to worry about is the sudden jolt. A sudden, like, bam! Like a sudden, like you can hear the whole building shaking. I did actually hear my entire building, like, kind of rattle a little bit, but not to the point where, like, oh shit, it's all coming down, we gotta hide somewhere. Now, I was a toddler during the Northridge 94 earthquake, and it's actually one of my earliest memories growing up. It's my earliest. I remember it so clearly. It happened at like really early in the morning, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was my first night in the top bunk of the bunk bed because a bunk bed was being made because my mom was about 8 months pregnant with my brother. And, it was my room was going to be set up to be shared by my brother who was coming along, about to pop from the womb. I remember being woken up to shaking and the hall light, my door opened and the hall light was on and then it came off and my mom got me out. She picked me up from the top bunk. She carried me and, now, I don't remember this. This is what she told me that I said. I thought we were on a train because we had just gotten back from a long train ride from seeing some close folks in Seattle. Now, trains, they rattle around a little bit, and I'm 3-4 years old at that time, and I thought we were on the train again. And I didn't really think anything of it, but I recall violent shaking and things falling off the shelves that was on the other side of my room, and we hid under the table, I think, no, because that could have been the only thing that would have fit us both, because it had to be the table, because my mom's bed was too low to the ground, and she was very, very pregnant with my brother. Like, she was hiding a turkey in there. And I remember, I don't, that we had upstairs neighbors that came down to check on us. Now, I don't know if it was them checking on us or us checking on them, but they had another kid. His name's Andrew, and they came downstairs and we hung out until like the sunrise, and we were eating fucking goldfishes. And the emergency kit was out, like it was out in case of aftershocks. Now, the Northridge quake was like a 6.2 or 6.3 something, and we were living in Studio City at the time. Now, that epicenter, the epicenter was in Northridge, and that was much, much closer and much more active. This last one was much further away, and so we got the slow roller, kind of like a little bit of a shimmy, you know, like the pool was rocking back and forth, and I still kind of felt it upon going outside. Now everyone's like freaking out. Oh, there's 2 earthquakes in 2 days, or 3 earthquakes in 2 days, or whatever the hell it was. Now, there's a couple things that we have to keep in mind. Now, on the real though, there are a lot of people who are this is their first earthquake, or their first like actual earthquake experience where they felt it. Because there's a lot of people that moved to this town to be fucking stars or whatever the fuck, and they're from out of town, they're from somewhere else, and a lot of people don't know what to do. So here's what you do in the event of an earthquake. First off, don't buy 1 emergency kit. Buy 2 emergency kits. Put 1 in your car and 1 under your sink in the kitchen, or under the sink in the bathroom, wherever another emergency unit can be stored. Now, this emergency unit could be, mine is a bucket. It's a bucket, a big yellow bucket with emergency supplies, blankets, batteries, a flashlight, food rations, water, emergency toiletries, other things like that. And in the event that it's a big fuck all, holy shit earthquake, it's time to fucking hunker down, the power's out, you can't cook any food or whatever, you have that. And it's gonna happen one of these days. It's gonna happen one of these days, and you need to be ready for it. And it's another one of my fucked up thoughts. Expect the worst, hope for the best. Now, it's been said that like doorways are sturdy, that can hold up a structure. You stay away from windows. You go to an open area where there's minimal trees. Parks are a good idea. To go to your nearest park. Middle of the road, not such a good idea. There's things like trees and traffic lights that could come down. Like, let's say if this was a big fuck all quake and the epicenter was right in your backyard, it would be devastating. So you need to know what to do. So you need to have 2 emergency kits, and you need to go to a wide open area. Don't even worry about calling your friends and family. The phones are going to be down. Everyone's going to be calling, and it's going to be overloaded. It's going to be crazy. And don't even rely on the internet, because all the internet's going to say, you go on your social media and check that, everyone's just going to say, earthquake, is everyone okay? And that's just what everyone's going to be saying. And so you just need to do a little quick little post, on like, oh yeah, I'm fine, or whatever. And that's like if it's legit. If it's not legit, fucking move about your day. Don't mark yourself safe for a 6.5 or a 6.9 that's hundreds of miles away from you or whatever. Come on, get real. Also, if your bed is near the window, move it, because like the Northridge quake, that happened very early in the morning and everyone was still pretty much asleep. Now, if shaking is violent enough and the glass breaks, the glass could break and stick you in the neck and you fucking bleed out and die. There's that. So if your bed is near the window, move it. If you have shelves near your bed, move the shelves or move your bed. Just have your bed away from shit that could fall down or break. Just do that. Oh, also know where your gas is. Find out in your home or building or complex or wherever you live. Find out where the gas is and turn it off. Now, on the news yesterday, the local news, there was a near the epicenter where the house, some house had caved in and had burst into flames, and that's just one house, and that's just the news focusing on one house that had some damage done to it because they didn't turn off their gas. A pipe burst and it caused a fire. Now, the media is really putting that situation in a box because Southern California is such a big area. It's such a big state, and it's such a large, flat hills and valleys, type of area. And the focus on that one house that was damaged, people from other parts are like, "Oh my God, it's an earthquake. There's damage and all that." No injuries were reported. No casualties and shit like that. So everybody just calm the fuck down. All right. This isn't earthquakes are earthquakes, and again, it's a slow roller. It's a jolt you want to worry about. That's when it gets fucking crazy. If all the birds are flying in one direction, that's when you gotta, or if it gets a little quiet all of a sudden, shit's gonna get wild. Pay attention to your animals too, because animals are more tuned into nature than we are. I haven't. I saw my dog yesterday and how he was reacting with the fireworks, and he wanted to like hide in the closet and shit. I wasn't around him like during the earthquakes and all that, but animals are sensitive to that kind of shit. If the birds get a really crazy thing is that the birds got real quiet yesterday. My mom was telling me this is that she felt the earthquake yesterday morning, and the birds just stopped chirping all of a sudden, and then there was like a slow roller. Like the animals fucking know what's going on. So pay attention to pay the fuck attention is what I'm saying here, and know what to do and know where to go, because there's a lot of people that have moved to this town since Northridge, and that's about 25 years, give or take, and a lot of people just don't know what to do. So get your emergency kits, turn off your gas in your building, find out where that is, and if not, maybe there's a maintenance guy in your complex that knows, but you should still find out where it is, turn that shit off, and just be prepared, because it's not something that you can really prepare for in the true sense of the word, because you can't predict earthquakes. They happen very suddenly, and you need to know what to do if it gets worse. Now, I was kind of standing around scratching my balls waiting. All right, bring it on. Come on, God, bring your A game. Let it happen. I'm standing in my hallway, leaning against the door. Not the door, but like the door frame, and I'm just leaning against it, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, get worse. I'm ready for it. Get worse. I know where to hide immediately, and then it kind of stopped. It stopped. I'm like, well, I guess we're not gonna have our San Andreas apocalypse scenario today. I kind of secretly wish that it was bigger. It's a fucked up thought. I kind of want it. Man, I want the big one. It'll, shake things up, literally, Maybe some people will get scared and move the fuck away. Maybe the traffic will lighten up. Maybe people will be like, will just pack their shit and move. Who knows? But yeah, man. Just be ready for that shit. Oh, what else? What was that? Oh, that's just stomping from upstairs. Oh, I thought it was another one. See, I'm on my toes, man. That's actually got me. This actually got me. Ugh, what happened today? Oh, God damn it. There was something else I wanted to talk about today, but now I don't know what it was. I hung out with a buddy of mine for a table read for a thing that might go somewhere. Can't give details on that. That's cool. I have a show coming up on Sunday at the Springbok. That's free. Come by, Springbok Van Nuys, Sunday, July 7th for free comedy show. Like, comment, and subscribe. Or whatever. I really gotta write down what I want to talk about, because this was kind of urgent and I needed to get this off my chest. I needed to explain my personal earthquake experience from Northridge, because even though I was a little kid, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember it so fucking well. I could just go back to that time, and remembering how small I was and kind of oblivious to it. Shit got wrecked, man. Some buildings, fell over, leaned over. Some cars got crushed. Nothing, no major casualties. It wasn't like this big fuck all thing, but it was like a significant earthquake that did cause a lot of damage in the valley. And yeah, man, I remember it so well. Shoot, I have to remember to write down what I want to talk about because that's what's gonna make me a better podcaster. That's what's gonna make me a better interviewer, even though I'm talking to myself. We're gonna have, you know, there's some things lined up. Just gotta wait for that next paycheck to roll through. You know, it's a slow climb and it's a slow growth, but I believe in this and I'm passionate about this and I want to make this work. So, not even a quarter chub, guys. We just got a little shaky, just a little foreplay. You know, crack open a joint, watch a movie. Crack open a coconut water or whatever, and we jaked off, sorta, kinda. Signing off.